Are you having trouble with your dog barking at other dogs? If so, then this video is really going to help. We're here with our top tips on how to stop your dog barking at other dogs. Now, barking is your dog's natural way to communicate, and it can be for a number of different reasons. It can be simply for attention seeking, it can be playful, or it can be trying to alert you to a potential danger. When your dog starts barking at other dogs though, it can become very annoying and it can be seen as dangerous to other dog owners. So you need to train your dog on how to stop this behaviour. Now, tip number 1 is to put your dog in a position where he's going to be surrounded by other dogs. Now, a great place to do this is a park, a dog park. Putting your dog in this position is going to be the best way in training him to stop barking when he sees other dogs. Now, if your dog is only barking when he's on the lead, then this is something called barrier frustration. It's literally that your dog can't get past and to the other dogs, so he's experiencing frustration and that's making him bark. To start relaxing him and easing this frustration, you need to put him on a leash, take him to the dog park and have him standing close enough to see the dogs, but not too close so that he's reacting by barking. Tip number 2 is to make sure that you're giving your dog lots of treats when he's not reacting to another dog. Take him to the dog park, and every time he doesn't react to a dog, make sure that you're giving him lots of treats. Now, not only is the continuous treats a continuous reward for your dog, but it's also going to provide a really good distraction from the other dogs passing by. You also need to make sure that you're discontinuing the treats as soon as the dog has passed by, and as your training progresses, you need to replace these treats with verbal rewards and petting. It's also really important to remember that when you're using treats as praise, then you need to factor this in and reduce his meal sizes. Tip number 3 is moving your dog closer. Keep on moving your dog closer and closer to the other dog. Once he starts barking, you need to turn back, move away from the dog, and repeat the process. Now, this is really good if you've got a friend with another dog, because they can just stand in one position while you keep moving your dog forwards and backwards when he barks, forwards, until you can get right up to the dog without him barking. Now, make sure that you keep giving the treats as we said before. Tip number 4 is adding in a verbal cue. Now, this is going to provide a distraction just like the treats do. Add in a verbal cue such as watch me or focus. I've had a friend that uses indoor voice. So there's quite a few different ones that you can choose from, but this verbal cue is going to make your dog react and focus on you rather than focusing on another dog. Now, this is going to take time. You need to make sure that you're doing it every time your dog barks. Watch me, focus, focus. You need to make sure that you're picking one of these cues as well. Now, say your cue before you give your dog's treat so that he responds to the cue and knows that that's going to give him the treat. Tip number 5 is to practice this every day. Now, short training sessions like between 5 and 10 minutes are going to keep your dog really focused, but doing it daily is going to reinforce all of the things that you're teaching him. So you need to make sure that everyone who walks your dog, everyone in the family, is using all of these training sessions so that he's keeping focused. Tip number 6, you're making that difficult, aren't you, Albert? Is to make sure that your dog is always being walked on a really sturdy leash and harness. Now, the no-pull harnesses are perfect because they won't hurt your dog if you do have to pull him back from lunging or barking. This is another really important part of the training process. You need to make sure that you're not hurting your dog, but that you are able to pull him back if he does start these negative behaviours. Now, our final tip, tip number 7, is to make sure that you're not putting your dog in a position where he's going to be getting stressed. You need to be walking away from other dogs if it's really bad, if he's really barking and really lunging. Then you need to be on the ball. You need to make sure that as soon as you see another dog, try and just walk in the opposite direction before your dog has even been able to react to the other dog. Obviously, this is very difficult in a dog park, but if you're walking in the city or anything like that, just try to hide behind a parked car or just turn in the opposite direction before your dog has had time to notice the other dog. Now, you may remember from last week that we had a special competition on to win one of these amazing Relax My Dog t-shirts. And we're really pleased to announce that the winner is Puddle5945 with their comment on sun protection for dogs, making sure that your dog is protected from the heat and the sunshine. So congratulations, and we'd like to get your t-shirt sent out to you as soon as possible, so make sure that you send through your address to relaxmydogmusic@gmail.com. But fear not, we have another competition on this week, exactly the same as last week. We want to hear your dog tips and life hacks in the comment section below, so that you can win one of these t-shirts. So get in all of your top tips, we'd love to read them. Now, we really hope that you enjoyed today's video and that it's given you a few top tips on how to stop your dog from barking at other dogs. If it did help, please do give us a big thumbs up And if you haven't subscribed already, then make sure that you hit that button. But that's it from us for now, so we'll see you again next week. Say bye, Albie.